I think it's a very interesting concept. If you define a Grail pen as something that you really look for, that you seek out, that you may have to spend some time to find, it might be something that's either not easily available anymore, or that is quite easily available, but that is quite expensive. If you define it as such, then I think it's a very interesting concept. What I sometimes find a bit difficult about it is that I feel sometimes people get very hung up on, if it's, I'm just tossing out a random number, if it's not $500, then it's not a Grail pen. And I don't think that's true. I think you can have a really nice pen that you find incredibly enjoyable to write with, or whatever other tools you use to write with or do art with or whatever. That is not expensive at all and might not even be particularly difficult to find. And I think that individual variation is something that people shouldn't look down on or should make fun of. What could be a Grail pen for you could be $50 or $40 or whatever. It doesn't have to be incredibly expensive. So these would be my opening remarks. Grail pen might be a nonsensical concept, people. It might not be as meaningful as people think it is, because it's so personalized. And I wouldn't want people to be sort of snobby about it and say, well, it's not $2,000. It can never be a Grail pen, can it? And sometimes in the pen community, I do find that happens, and that people kind of get ridiculed for things that they really should not be ridiculed for.
Yeah. So there was a comment about last episode of Penboard Roy about the Montblanc pen, and we kind of had a long chat about it, and then I was one of those people that says, I'm not going to spend that money for a Montblanc, and for some people Montblanc is such a traditional, I would say, classic staple in the collection of anybody that writes well. The nibs are tuned from the box, like you get a good writer right away. I tried Montblanc. I think they are exceptionally amazing writers, but black pens are not on my side. Like, I like black pens, but to spend money on a black pen, the amount of money that the Montblanc costs, it's not a Grail for me. I would say that some people, they say Grail is a Montblanc. For me, no. I think there is a little bit more on the design of the pen. In the case, I go for memory. So, for example, that means something to me, like it's related to the first pen that I ever write with. And that was the kind of my Grail pen for years. And then finally I got it, So like that.
I will admit there is a Montblanc on the list of pens I put together that are on my Grail list.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll get it.
It's a very specific model, and it's not one they make anymore.
Right, I have that too, and there is a reason why. No, I feel like, so the thing with Montblanc is the problem with it, but the solution as well is there. I feel like for a lot of people, they feel pressure to have it on their list, which I see as a problem. But then for me personally, I'd be interested in an older Montblanc over the newer Montblanc, because I see a value in craftsmanship from that time. But I'm someone who studied history. So for me, there is a very niche interest in that part and why 149 became what it is today, right? So that is that personal aspect. But I do feel like a lot of people feel the pressure to have it on their list, and they shouldn't.
Yeah.
I just think the mechanism of a Bohem is really cool. It's like a demonstrator pen model, but it's like not a demonstrator, but it's just like the mechanics of it make my brain feel a similar way, that it's just like so incredibly cool. And I've seen them, I've held them, I've used Claire's.
But then you do it, but I think that's exactly the point. Then you then you prefer that pen or have an interest in that pen because for specific reasons you find that pen very appealing.
Yeah.
And if you then want to call that a Grail pen, I think that's fine. I do not think it's fine if exactly what was just mentioned is used as an argument of, but it should be a Montblanc. There should be a Montblanc. Everybody should have a Montblanc. I don't want a Montblanc. Suck on it, Montblanc. There you go. Yeah. Get lost. I don't want any Montblanc. But that's just me. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with that pen or that brand. But it can be a social pressure, and I find that a lot when if you're not very familiar with my channel, at the end of every year I do a video called the greats of all time, which is a horrible misnomer. But here we are, and it's basically an overview of my favorite pens of that year. And there's some evergreens on it that are on there pretty much every year, and there's some new ones that I discovered that year. But every single year, I get the comment of, but why is there no Montblanc? Why is there no Pelican? Why is there no M1000? Why is there not this and the other? Because it is my personal list, and I don't succumb to peer pressure. No, but I mean, it's more a matter of I don't like those brands for me. Doesn't mean I don't like the brand. I don't really. So I think that's an important point, right? And if you want a Bohem, then save up, buy a Bohem. Be very happy with your Bohem, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Just don't let people don't let them bully you into, well, if you don't have a 149, you're not really a pen lover, because a pen lover would definitely have a 149. I just think that's stupid reasoning.
Yeah.
Please like and subscribe if you like what I do. Thank you so much.